recording, and who would like to share a success? Don't everybody talk at once now.
I had an $890 party, so that was really exciting.
Yay! Was that virtual, Tricia?
Huh?
Was that virtual?
Yes.
So what do you think you did different that brought you such great results?
Well, it was kind of funny because I was reading that Facebook party book, and
Uh-huh.
I had an idea from there where they said to post a picture of yourself and say that you needed volunteers. And one of my friends messaged me. She's like, "Well, what do you need?" And so I kind of told her, and she's like, "Well, I don't know a whole lot of people on Facebook." I said, "Well, I can give you," because I know she works at a hospital. So I said, "I can give you some catalogs." Well, it was all Facebook. None of them came in as catalogs. And she had a great following, and I have a couple people who I think are going to do some parties. It just went really, really well.
That is great. So how many people were in the party?
I think like 51. She had quite a few people in there.
Don't you love it when people say that they don't really do much with Facebook?
Well, and she's a pretty popular person, so I knew she knew a lot of people. I think she just underestimated herself, but so that I was super excited about that. So
that is awesome. I know that feels good. You're like, okay, I'm getting the hang of it.
Yes.
Yeah. And it feels good to be able to shower. Oh, Carrie's in the dark with no power, but she's joining us.
Hopefully I'll be able to keep booting me when I try to get in. So hopefully I can stay.
I hope you'll stay. Your voice is going in and out, so your connection must not be great. But hopefully you'll be able to hear.
Okay. Yep.
All along. And we've got 100% participation tonight. Yay! That's exciting. Good job, Tricia. Thank you for sharing, and keep up the good work.
Thank you.
All right. Who else has a success they want to share?
I'm excited because I'm talking to a recruit tomorrow.
Yeah. That always feels good. Perfect timing.
Yeah.
Okay. Good. So did you share the recruiting promotion with her?
I did. I knew she was interested, so at conference I messaged her and said, "Don't sign up yet. Wait till I tell you the good news." And so that I shared it with her today, and she was really excited.
Yeah.
I'm glad.
Very good. Good. Sounds like somebody's going to be getting them a Pampered Chef suitcase.
Woohoo!
No more hauling that big duffel bag.
Right.
Good. Congratulations. All right, Vanessa, Carrie, y'all want to share?
Yeah, I think that a good success for this week is tonight at 9:15. Lori and I are going to have a call with a couple of girls, hopefully a couple of girls that I've been talking to. I have them in a group chat right now, and it's 4 of them, and then I have 2 others out of that chat who might be interested. So hoping a couple of them will come on tonight and hopefully get a few recruits out of that. So
that is wonderful. And you know, that's what it's about. It's about scheduling those chats so that you can talk with them and answer their questions and listen to what their needs are so that you can share with them how Pampered Chef Business can fill their needs and can provide a solution.
Yeah, this new special I think is exactly what they wanted because it was the financial thing keeping them from starting. So I think this will be the push they need to, get going. So
good. And you know what? That's going to help them get off to a good start too, because if they want that 100% kit rebate, they're going to want to do those 4 shows right out the gate.
Yeah, that's right.
Very good. Congratulations. I am so proud of y'all for just jumping right in and sharing this information with everybody and not holding it to yourself. That's great. All right, Carrie, what do you have to share?
I sent out 7 text messages today.
Yay!
I heard back from 1, which is okay. We've actually got set up to talk Thursday morning.
Awesome.
Is that a recruit lead?
It is a recruit lead, yes.
Woo! Is this a past lead, Carrie, or is this somebody that you just thought of out of the blue?
No, it's actually from my stack of my drawing slip contacts she's from the Greek Festival in Richmond back in May, the end of May.
Good.
So yeah.
Good job for keeping up with those leads. You know what? Sometimes we beat ourselves up because we don't follow up with people when we should. But the secret is that you keep up with those leads. So you can always go back because you never know when the timing's going to be right in their life.
Yep.
Awesome. I'm telling you what, I think we're getting ready to have an explosion.
It's going down.
It's going down. I think so. I think so. That is great. Good. So any struggle that you want to talk about before we jump into the opportunity chat? Anything? Go ahead. Sorry.
One struggle is just like within the Facebook parties, getting it out there more. Like, how do you all get it out there in your Facebook parties for recruiting opportunities? What do you say? What do you do to build leads within your Facebook parties? Does anybody have any experience with that?
Trisha, I would say, and we talked about this last week, is just like a cooking show. You want to sprinkle it throughout your show. So, when you do your welcome video or your welcome live and you tell your story,
okay,
what was your life like before? Why Pampered Chef? What have you gained from having a Pampered Chef business? What do you look forward to in the future?
Okay.
That's kind of how you tell your story. So that's the first place. And then you just sprinkle it throughout. Like if you're showing a specific product, maybe you're talking about the quick cooker and you could say, this is one of our most popular products and it now is available in our ultimate kit. So if this is something you'd like to have in your kitchen, you may want to give this business a try, and it would be a great way to try out this product at the same time.
Okay.
Also, the videos from the website are really good to use in your virtual parties, like the testimonial videos.
Okay.
They're short. They speak to a variety of personalities, whereas a lot of times we speak to people that are like us, but those allow you to bring in some other personalities and tap into that. So I think playing that and then asking them to respond to it. Watch this video and share one thing that spoke to you.
Okay.
Or watch this video and ask a question below. Kim, was it you that talked to somebody at conference about doing the ticket game?
Yeah, in one of the sessions, it was about recruiting, and Love Carpenter, who just became a national executive director, said that, she was trying to figure out in her cooking shows how she could take what she does in her cooking shows and do it in her virtual shows. And she plays the ticket game in her cooking shows all the time. So she made up a post for the cooking game. I think she said, "Let's get nosy." And she took a picture of her dog's nose. And then she says, ask me anything. And she'll even put questions in there for them to ask her. Like, ask me this, ask me that, to get them started. Because sometimes they don't know what to ask. And she says she's gotten a lot of feedback playing that game.
All right.
That's something I'm going to try.
Yeah. Thank you.
You're welcome.
And you know what you could do to actually engage with specific people in the party? You could say, "Oh, Kim, I can see that you wanted to know how much money you could make as a Pampered Chef consultant." That way you're tagging that specific person, because a lot of times the people that really want to know will never ask the question. So if you can get that information out there, get the loudmouth, the one that's not afraid to ask questions, get them asking questions, and it's going to help those quiet ones here. But I think if you can tag and ask the question for them.
Okay.
Good. Does that help?
That does. Thank you very much.
Okay, good. Lori, anything else you would like? And welcome. Glad you're here.
Thanks. Sorry.
Anything else you want to add? You're a really good recruiter on your virtual parties. Anything you want to add for Trisha?
What did you all say so far?
We talked about in the welcome video telling her story, answering what her life was like before, what drew her to Pampered Chef, what she's gained, and what she looks forward to in the future. Talked about sprinkling recruiting tidbits throughout the show. We talked about using the video testimonials, and then we talked about doing the ticket game.
Something I'm doing, and I still have it here on my little sticky notepad, is at the end of the party, put up a post, and you can put up the new consultant reward for that month of sign-on bonus, whatever it is, and just say, I want to invite all of you to take a look of the business side of Pampered Chef. Comment below if I can send you, some information via private messenger or something like that.
Okay.
Perfect. Good. Great question, Tricia. Anybody else? A struggle or a question or something specific that you need help on?
And always ask your host. Number one.
So who had time to listen to your recording from last week? Last week was Top Recruiters Tell All. Did anybody listen to that? And what were your takeaways?
I did not have a chance to listen to it. I'm sorry.
That's okay. It's there. So I would recommend going back, because these are people that are top recruiters in the company. So they're going to give you some very specific things that you can do and take away and help you to gather more leads. Because last week, that's what we talked about. How do you get the message out to people about the business opportunity, and how do you invite people? Not invite people literally to join your team, but just invite people to take a closer look, to take home some information. And that's where it all starts. You don't just go out and recruit people. You go out and you share the business opportunity. You sell it just like you sell a product. And then you invite people to take a closer look, whether it's your host, whether it's customers at a show, or whether it's friends, family, acquaintances that that could use what Pampered Chef has to offer. And then tonight we're going to talk about, once you've informed them, once you've invited them to take home the information or take a closer look, what do you do then? And it sounds like all of you are already doing it. You've already got those specific interviews or opportunity chats set up where you get to talk with those people one-on-one or in a group setting. Vanessa has a couple of them that are going to come on to a Zoom chat. Kim and I have done that before, where she and I had a Zoom chat with somebody that was interested in the business. And I find that's a little bit more personal than talking to them on the phone or texting or Facebook messaging, because it's kind of like you're sitting in the room with them. And I think when you can see somebody, you can relate to them a little bit more. So those things are really good. But let's just jump in tonight and talk a little bit about the opportunity chat. Lori said, first of all, is you want to ask every single host. Why? Why is it important to ask every host if they've ever thought about being a Pampered Chef consultant?
They can use host credit.
Good. Yes, they can use kit credit, so they can use part of their free towards money off their kit.
Let me say something on that. The pamphlets that we have on supply order, I put these with a kit credit sheet that I have, but the new ones, guys, have the kit credit in it.
I was going to see if I can put my hands on it real quick.
So you don't have to, like I print one off, but it's actually already in there. You have one already, Dawn?
Yeah, we got one at conference.
Oh, did we? I haven't opened it on my stuff.
Here it is. Can you see that?
It was a lot for me to unpack all my suitcase today.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
So yes, it's got the coupon right there on it. I love this opportunity brochure.
Yeah.
Look. Yeah, so that's one reason we want to make sure we ask our host is because they do have the kit credit option and they can use the 25 or the 50 off any of the kits. So if they choose the $99 kit, they can use $50 kit credit and they only pay $49. The one thing you do need to remember with the kit rebate this month, their rebate is what they pay for the kit. So if they use $50 kit credit and they only pay $49, then that's what they're going to get a rebate of. They're not going to get a rebate of $99. Okay, that makes sense?
Yeah.
Okay. Why else do we need to ask our host?
Because they already love the products.
They already love the products, yes. And when they're hosting a show, what are they doing?
They're helping you sell them.
They are helping you sell those products. That's exactly right. So it's very natural for a host to become a consultant because they are, and that's one thing you can say to them. You know, for the last 2 weeks, you've sold Pampered Chef. How'd you like that? How would you like to have, and you can tell them what the commission off their show would have been. How would you like to be able to earn $80 on this show tonight? I think that's a really important thing. Good. Any other reason we want to ask our host? I think for me, because we already have established a relationship with that host. And I think that sometimes is important when we are recruiting, is that we have that established relationship. It really makes that a seamless transition to go from, you know, a host to a consultant because you're friends and you've worked together. So your host is going to be your first person you're going to ask. And Lori, what did they tell us? 7 times you're supposed to ask your host? Is that right?
Huh?
Is that right? 7 times? Do I remember that right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I even thought 5 was a lot.
Yeah, but I thought they said 7 at conference.
Yeah.
So, you know, you can see people's attention span is getting shorter and shorter and shorter because we have to do things more than we had to do them in the past.
Mm-hmm.
So they said 7 times you should ask right from the very beginning. When you start coaching that host, you want to ask them if this is something that they've ever thought about. And then ask them continuously throughout the party. And then before you close the party, you know, are you sure? Would you like to use part of your free product towards your kit and getting the business started? All right, let's talk a little bit about an opportunity chat. Have all of you done that? What is an opportunity chat? And have you done an opportunity chat with someone?
Yes.
Yes. Who said that?
Kim did.
Kim, tell us what an opportunity chat is.
Well, you just kind of listen to why they're interested. Listening is very key point. And then, you know, by what they say, you tell them why Pampered Chef might be a good fit for them.
Mm-hmm.
But most of it, you're just kind of listening to what they're saying and what they want out of it and how it could help them. And then you answer accordingly.
Very smart. Yes. And she said the magic word. You listen more than you talk. We have 2 ears and 1 mouth. So remember that. We should be listening more than we talk. And it's hard, especially when you're excited. You love what you do and you want to just throw up all over them and tell them everything you love about the Pampered Chef business and how it's changed your life and what you've gotten from it. But you never know what that person you're talking to is interested in and what they're looking for. So if you spend 10 minutes talking about trips and they're somebody that's never going to leave the town that they live in, that's not something that's going to appeal to them. So you've wasted that time talking about that. So you want to listen. What is it that they're looking for and address those needs? And I always like to say you ask open-ended questions, because when you ask yes/no questions, the conversation ends. So in those opportunity chats, you want to ask those open-ended questions, things that are going to elicit a conversation, not just a yes/no response. Is anybody familiar with the digital interview cards? Anybody seen these online?
I haven't seen those.
I gotta see if I can get to it. I had it pulled up and then I did something. What do y'all think about the new website?
Looks good.
Are you loving it?
Yep.
Easy to navigate?
Yeah, I like it a lot better.
Okay, good. Good. Has anybody been into Dash and tried that out yet?
I was there briefly.
Okay, good. That is really good, and that's going to be nice as you build your team, as you recruit, because Dash gives them the training that they need. And that was something that they said at conference, is that now we don't have to be the trainer, we get to be the coach. So the training's provided for them, and we get to be that liaison between that training and that person. So we get to really coach them and help them meet their goals. Okay, so the digital interview cards. Let me see if I can share my screen. These are, if you go to the Director Bound program under training, you will see these digital interview cards, and you can use these when you're having an opportunity chat with someone. Let's see. Sorry, there we go. Do y'all see that now?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So this is the digital interview cards when you're talking with somebody, if you're doing a Zoom. And if you're doing an in-person chat, it is perfectly okay to pull these cards out and use them. It is a guide. It is not a word for word what you say, but it is a guide. So you're going to go in and you're going to talk about all of this. Tell me a little bit about yourself. Because what does that do when you take time to find out about that person you're talking to? Why is that important?
You're going to know how to better help them.
You're going to know how to better help them. Yep. And what does that show them? When you take time to find out about them, about their family, about their life, about their interests, their goals and dreams, how does that make them feel?
Important.
Makes them feel important, yes. That you are taking time. You're not just there to recruit them and sign them up to be part of your team, but you're there to really get to know them and build that relationship with them. So again, this gives you kind of a guideline of what you want to know. Tell me about your family. Tell me about your occupation. What are you trained as? What do you like to do in your free time? And what are your dreams? That's going to help you discover that why with them. Then you're going to move on into, would you like to know more about how to get started? Now, this is a really important question. Tell me about that. Why is that important to ask them if they want to know more about how to get started?
So then you know if they've made the decision or not.
You got it, Tricia. Sometimes we spend 30 minutes in an interview situation, and they've already decided they wanted to be a consultant. They just really needed to know how to get started. So it's important to ask them that once you've gotten to know them a little bit, to take the time and say, do you need to know why to get started, or do you just need to know how to get started? Because sometimes that's all it is. They just need to know, how do I sign up and where do I go from here? So I think that's important. And then it goes into what parts of the business interest them. So you can ask them that, and then find out, why are you interested in the flexibility? And you may find out, like Kim, She works a full-time job. She has 2 small children. She can't work a part-time job. There's no way. She doesn't have enough hours in the day to go work a part-time job. So you would find that out in this conversation. Again, these are some points that you can ask to draw more information from them. Then it goes into the earning potential, and it shows them the 4 different business models. So if they just want to bring in a little extra income, little fun money, here is a perfect scenario for that, 1 to 3 shows per or 1 to 3 hours per week, and how much their income would be. And that's probably going to be 1 to 2 shows a month. Then if they want to support their household budget, if they have a big financial goal, or if they want full-time income. So this gives you that opportunity to kind of see where they're looking to start their business. Do they want to be just a part-time or a hobbyist, or do they really want to work a full-time business and have a full-time income? And again, that helps you understand a little bit more about where they're coming from. All righty. And then here again, it's asking what of the benefits that we love about a Pampered Chef business interest them the most. Again, it helps you know where to take that conversation. So the digital interview cards give you an outline, and it is perfectly okay to use this outline as you're talking to somebody. There is also a digital interview how-to, and it shows you how to use this on your mobile device for an Android and for an Apple phone. Okay, so that is again on the website under training, and the Director Bound program are those digital interview cards. Any questions about that? Do you like that? Is that helpful for you?
I like that a lot.
I do too.
Again, you know, the beauty of Pampered Chef is they give you all the tools, guys. We just have to figure out how to use them and choose to use them. I think sometimes we just don't choose to use them, and I tend to make things too difficult. If we just follow the systems that are in place, it makes our job easy. There's also an opportunity chat guide when you go into the opportunity, the Director Bound program, that you can use as a guideline. Now, another thing I wanted to talk about was the Be a Consultant page. Do any of you use that? Do any of you send people to your website, to the Be a Consultant page? Who said that?
I did that today with Christy. I sent that to her.
Oh, good. Did she go over there?
She did, and that's when she got all excited.
Oh, good. Perfect. So I'll share the screen again so y'all can see this. If you've not been over there, I would recommend going over there and taking a look at it. But it shows you right here. Here is what the kit order form looks like. And then what does a consultant do? Why you'll love it. And then there are testimonials here. A career changer, a virtual party consultant, a goal setter, an independent executive. And what you see is you see all kinds of people. You don't see one age, you don't see one sex, you see a little bit of everybody. And they can click on these and watch this video. And they're like less than a minute. I don't know if y'all are going to hear this.
Just started doing more virtual parties about 6 months ago, probably in about November. And they really took off. I live in a very busy community, a busy life, and this is allowing me to do it whenever. So when I'm traveling, I can even set it up. And
so that's, what do you think about that?
That's really cool.
Yeah, I love that because they pick Again, they're not tied to what you're showing them and what you're sharing with them. They get to pick which person best fits their personality, or listen to all of them and hear these real life testimonials. And then there is a place for them to register for the next upcoming webinar with Pampered Chef. So when they get down there, they can do that. We also are going to be scheduling opportunity events, but at any time. The one thing I'm going to tell you is never put somebody off. So say you're talking to somebody today and we have an opportunity event next Thursday. Don't invite them to that opportunity event next Thursday. You invite them today to have a Zoom chat with you and your director. You invite them to talk with you, to go look at the website. You don't want to put them off till next week if they're interested right now. So those opportunity things are really good for people that are fence sitters, that they're thinkers. They're really looking and thinking and deciding. But if you've got somebody that's interested, get them over there right now talking to somebody. And then it shows them the kits and gives them the button to join now. The kit order form is so easy now, easier than it has ever been. It literally takes them about 3 minutes to sign up to be a consultant, and immediately they can go into Dash. Isn't that what they told us at conference, y'all?
Mm-hmm.
That as soon as they sign up, they don't have to sign in, that it immediately takes them right to Dash so they can start training that very second. So use your website as a tool to send them over and find out more information. But the thing that you want to remember about the opportunity chat is exactly what Kim told us in the beginning. Remember to talk less and listen more. And try to listen to their needs and find out how you can fill a need that they have. And just know that we're always there. We're always there to have that three-way conversation with you. And I always say, don't say, let me get my director to call you, because I think that scares people off. Say, I would love for you to chat with me and the person that's helping me in my business. Can we do a little Zoom chat, a little video chat? Or if you're local, meet for coffee. We'll meet you at Starbucks and sit down and have a one-on-one little chat group with them. So just know that to reach out, we're there to help you. Who has questions about the opportunity chat? Are those resources helpful to you? Is it good to know that they're there?
Yes.
Okay. Anybody fears about having those opportunity chats? What are your fears?
I think my fear is knowing what to say. I'm afraid they're going to ask me something and I won't know the answer. So I want to learn more, go over those cards, maybe try to refresh on how I should answer them depending on what they ask.
And Kim, that is a very realistic fear. And the one thing I will tell you with that is, number one, don't think you have to know everything. And if they ask you something that you don't know the answer to, it's okay to say, you know what, I'm not 100% sure about that, but I know where to find the answer. So let me go find the answer and I'll get back to you. And that's perfectly okay. At no point in this business do we have to know it all. So don't ever feel like you have to know it all.
Everything's always changing.
That's exactly right. Yes, that is exactly right. But yes, do familiarize yourself with things. Another thing I will tell you, a lot of times when people ask you a question, they may be asking it like they're asking you about your business, like how much money do you make? They really do not want to know how much money you make. They want to know, what they're asking you is, if I was a consultant, how much money could I make? So the way I always answer that question is, the beauty of this business is that every consultant gets to decide how much money they make based on how much time they have to give to the business. The average consultant makes about $100 a show. So what you're doing is you're answering it directly about them, and then you're giving them a general answer. And you could even go give them a personal answer if you want to past that. But I never, ever start. Y'all are just taking my attention with my phone and my computer dinging. Every time I hear that, I'm like, do I need to check that? Always y'all cutting up in the background. But just know to start off, they're always asking for them if I was a consultant. So think about that when you're answering those questions.
Okay.
But good. Very, very realistic fear to have. But just remember, you don't have to know it all. Isn't that freeing? Good. Anybody else? Fears, questions, concerns? All right, we are down to 1 minute. So what I'm going to recommend for homework this week, and I don't think any of you are going to have trouble with this because it sounds like all of you already have this scheduled on your calendar, is practice an opportunity chat. Reach out to somebody that has shown interest in the business, or somebody that you think would be great as a consultant, or somebody you would love to have on your team, and have that opportunity chat. Even, guys, if it's just a friend and you say, I just learned something new tonight and I need to practice. Would you mind if I practice with you? And go through those digital interview cards with that friend. You know what might happen? You might find that, that friend's interested in the business. So practice that this week. Use those digital interview cards. Your 15 contacts a week, keep working on that, and your power hour, so that you're building that show schedule, because the more shows you have, the more people you're in front of, the more leads you're going to have. And remember, the thing we learned at conference is every 4, 1 more. So for every 4 shows, your goal is to have 1 new team member. And I love that. I think that's just, it makes sense. It's very visual. It makes sense. It's something we can work towards. And then I'll send you your recording for this week, which is Make It a Growing Team by Julie